Hello guys, namaste YouTube, good morning and welcome back to the channel. This is Rikujan. So finally, yep, she is ready after about a month of some massive modifications. She is now completely ready for the off-road trails. Yep, she is right now more trail oriented rather than touring, but that is what I'm going to be doing for next few months, so hence the modifications. So now let's kickstart the video with all the details. Firstly, we will talk about how much weight I have managed to reduce from the stock bike. So yeah, let's kickstart the video with weight reduction firstly, and then we will talk about performance, tires, new headlight assembly and everything. Let's kickstart. Firstly, we have removed the Mad Dog fog lamps from the fork and the bracket which holded the fog lamps. So firstly they were removed, then was removed the headlight, the stock headlight, along with the complete tank assembly which holds the headlight. Then was removed the odometer and the bracket that holds the odometer, that was removed as well. So this was the parts that removed from the front. Talking about the rear, the main stand has been removed. Yep, the main stand is gone. The main stand is not at all necessary for trails and it weighs about 2.5 kgs. So yeah, pretty good weight to reduce over there. Then we removed the saddle stays which obviously are necessary for trails. Then was removed the tail rack which I think is not necessary, but let's see, after a couple of trail rides, if I need, I might put it back. Then has been removed the rear number plate and the front number plate, even that has been removed because it is not necessary. I have put up my number over the headlight, the new headlight, and for the rear I have put up my number on the mudguard. So these all parts were removed and a shocking 15 kgs. Yes, that's right, shocking 15 kgs. That's how much weight these all parts made up to, and which weren't not at all necessary. Even for 500-800 kilometers ride, they are not really necessary. So when they have been removed, and also the engine guard can be removed. It is optional if you want to remove this or not. If you decide to remove, you get additional 2.5 to 3 kgs less. That's how much mine weighs. It is optional again. I prefer keeping them on because obviously I don't want really to mess up my tank and forks in case of fall. So I prefer keeping them on, but it is optional. So next up, let's talk about the tires. Yes, I have changed both the tires because obviously the stock tires aren't that great on the trails and off-road and slush. So yeah, the front one is the MRF Motocross one. The size is 80/121, and the rear one is Apollo 120/90/17. Just a stock, but this is Apollo. And compared to the stock, this has better grip on road and off-road both, along with wet asphalt. So the reason for this kind of setup, the front motocross and rear 50/50 dual purpose one, is because they perform almost 75% the same as the stock ones on road, but when it comes to the trails and off-roads and slush, oh boy, Yeah, this performs about 200% better than the stock setup, and as it is obvious that this machine right now is for trails and trails only mostly, so this setup is going to be really helpful. Not that great on the road because obviously knobbies aren't that great on the road, but for the trails this setup is mind-blowing. Obviously the rear one isn't that great for the trails, but again this setup is 200% better than the stock, hence the setup and hence the results, which are obvious about how better this works compared to the stock ones or compared to the dual purpose tires, no matter which brand on the trails. This setup works amazing, and I don't really prefer switching the tires again and again. Like if I want to do on-road ride, then switch to the dual purpose. If I am hitting the trails, then switch to the motocross one. I don't really prefer that because obviously it is a bit expensive, as you need to keep two pairs of each, one pair of 50/50 dual purpose, one pair of motocross, which is obviously twice the budget than this setup, and I don't really prefer that one. This works amazing for me and I don't really have to switch often. Yeah, obviously the MRF won't last long as the 50/50 dual purpose. This will hardly last for like 7,000-8,000 kilometers, but again this is really cheap. It costed me like 3k, $1,000, so I don't really mind spending that much on something like this, which will give me about 5 months or 6 months of trails as well as on-road amazing performance. So yeah, I don't really mind that, and this setup works amazing, and I highly recommend if you don't want to spend much and if you are kind of into trails and as well as a bit of on-road rides, then this setup is amazing. So now coming to the performance part. This is the Red Rooster performance exhaust. The important thing to give you that little extra thump. Along with it is the K&N air filter, and along with that is the Iridium spark plug. I was not able to make a video of installing this because they were done about 2 to 3 months back, so I was not able to make the video, but this was a part of the setup, and trust me, these 3 parts gives you that extra thump, that extra boost that you need to get the bike out of the slush. Not to mention the low end torque and the mid end torque is amazing with this setup, so highly recommended to install all 3 of this together. Along with this you can even go for Powertronic ECU, but that is a bummer and it costs way too much, around 12,000 or 15,000 if I'm not wrong. So yeah, that is also optional, but these 3 parts does gives you that extra boost and extra performance that you need, and this is really helpful, I think. Now let's talk about the most important thing, the headlight setup. Now many of us really want to remove the headlight assembly along with odometer and the tank protector, but we really don't like the look of the exposed chassis, the wire, the cables and all. So this is where this comes into play. This is the off-road headlamp which I bought from a local shop in Pune. I will put in the name of the dealer in the description below, so you can check that out. So what we have done is we have made it road legal completely. Yep, not that powerful head bulb, but yeah, it kind of does the job. Along with that, we have made these custom brackets which goes on the fork and attaches the headlamp. These were made by Pitlane, and yeah, almost each and everything on the bike has been done at Pitlane. I will be putting the details in the description as well, so you can check that out. This is the headlight setup. has been made on fork, so the weight on the front end has gone down drastically, making it easy to control, really easy to control. The way the bike handles itself right now on the trails and on the dirt and on the slush is just amazing, thanks to the complete weight reduction along with the MRF motocross tires, the performance exhaust, the performance setup, K&N air filter, iridium spark plug, and this lightweight headlight. It hardly weighs about 250 grams or something. Along with the brackets, it weighs about 1.5 kg, something like that. These brackets are made of aluminum, so yeah, really amazing weight reduction right over there. The exposed wires aren't visible, just the odometer wire is visible because there is no way we can snug this in, and if we try to, the wires might get harmed, so just gonna keep it over here. This has been tied by a cable, so doesn't really move that much. Along with this, we have installed the bark busters. Yep, these are a must because on the trails the bike falls so damn much, and the chance of bending the lever or hurting your hand is really high. So these are really important. I won't really suggest to go for the copies of this. I will highly recommend to save a bit and go for the original ones, because obviously the copies don't really last for even a fall. My personal experience. So yeah. This is about it, the modifications and the work that I have done on my bike. And yeah, it is way too light compared to the previous stock one. It handles amazing on the trails. The performance is the best. Well, if I go for the power tuning, it will be even more better, but I don't really have the budget for that right now. So this is it. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope it helps out. If you did like the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching.